Welcome back to an early morning here in Portugal. You're watching round 4 action. Adriano de Souza, former event champ and last year's world champ, taking on Michel Bourez and John Florence in solid conditions. We'll see what happened on his 1.5 here.
Yeah, Michel Bourez, look at the size of the wave, double overhead from Burress, slowing down. He just saw Joghead barreled, so that's exactly what he's going to do, driving through that section. Almost came out of there, Joe.
He lost that heat, but it motivated him to find a way to beat Kelly over the years. Now de Souza's up. This wall stretching out down the line, and the section's going to clip him at the heels. John's now up on his opening ride at the 24-minute mark. He's able to spring off the top for a first turn, picking a mid-sized wave that's got a line on it, and it's good for a 2-turn combo. He'll be finishing now after waiting a long time for that first priority roll. And Florence now kicking out. Best wave before that, Michel's 3.67, and he'll be a little bit more prepared for the next matchup, getting that experience from the first heat of the morning. Late hit going down is the Tahitian Michel Burress, looking at what we saw yesterday, starting with John Florence here. We'll get back to that because we're seeing it now. Driving into the pit. Florence, great positioning, pulls out perfectly. A successful tube ride and a solid finishing move. He stands tall. He's got to look back at the crowd.
Let's have a look. Takes off nice and late, grabs the face of the wave, slows himself down and just gets absolutely barreled. Comes flying out the end of that one and then just manages to tag the end of that. That's going to be a great score for John. 19 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. If he wins, he goes through to the quarterfinals. And that takes Adriano out of the world title race. What a vision right there from the drone. And he comes out nice and clean. Look at that. Just the technique to slow himself down. Moves that front foot forward. Pushes on that, the nose rock. And what that does is it just enables you to wipe a bit of speed off, Joe. The further back on the board, the more the fins are engaged, the faster you'll go. So you could tell he moved forward on the board, took the pressure off the fins and that.
Yeah, luckily I did because I ended up getting a couple waves warming up, and then because I warmed up, I was able to surf decent on my first wave, so I was stoked. I went for a little marathon.
Well, congratulations, Kolohe. On into the quarterfinals. Can't wait to see the rest of the event for you. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Strider. Kolohe and Dino making a solid decision to grab a bigger board.
Michel Bourez obviously looking for the barrel. Slides in nice and clean, driving through the section. Little bonus section at the end there, and then goes for a couple of nice turns. So Michel Bourez sort of finding some groove here, finding some space, and then goes down right down. Awkward little wipeout. So it wasn't a deep tube ride, incomplete last turn, so it's not going to be a big score. He was looking for a perfect 10.
Now gives Florence some room to move. Watching this one now, coming off the break, the Tahitian Michel Bourez draws his first turn off the top, hammers the next section on the open face. Ton of power off the bottom, big section to meet, and he'll come down with it. Florence on the next one. John squares up right off the lip. Big bottom turn, blowtail, loses it off the top.
Wow.
Going for a massive board slide.
Yeah, you know, just some... Didn't really quite connect on that last turn there. A little bit boggy off the bottom. You know, it's almost like the board is a little bit short for the conditions. It's not holding the rail as long as you'd hope to, and then gets caught behind the section right there. So I'm not sure whether Michel is riding a step up, but sometimes that can happen. You know, when you ride a smaller board in these kind of conditions, especially with a lot of water moving, it's really hard to get that rail in the water and hold it for a period of time. John just going for broke on this one. Beautiful snap under the lip, and then watch this turn right here as he blows the tail out of the back of the wave there. And
so it'd be very painful. Learning how to wipe out to avoid your board is a very important skill set. Here comes de Souza. Throws it up vertically. It's going a little bit wide. He's going to hang in there trying to get this wall to start growing for him, and it does. Air drops off the lip. Some casual surfing from de Souza. His best wave so far, him hoping to break the combo there.
A lot of spray got thrown into the air there, so a lot of power involved in that maneuver for Adriano de Souza. And then unfortunate for him, the wave just went kind of frothy. It's a white water from the wave before.
Now John. Solid looking left with plenty of room. Huge fan out the back on a searing carve. Frames it up off the lip. Two big moves. And a nice clean vertical attack off the top to finish.
John Florence up and riding, realizing the boys were catching up to him, chipping away at his lead, decides to open up with some classic John surfing. Beautiful maneuvers there, just seamless surfing from John, looking really confident and smart surfing right there as well, just not going for too much, just improving on that 517, Joe, and a good score to put both Michel and Souza back into the combo situation. Let's have a look at the drone footage here. Beautiful bottom turn, top turn combo. Just nice, clean, you know, just really easy surfing for John Florence. I mean, this guy's used to lighting waves up. That was just nice, clean, mistake-free surfing. The judges loved it, and a good score for him to get the other guys back into that combo. Look at that bottom turn there. You could almost see all three fins, the entire bottom deck of the surfboard. And again, just beautiful back-to-back maneuvers, beautiful body language, hitting that wave at exactly the right time, positioning, timing, everything just flowing for John Florence. We sort of talk about the fact that we're going to have these one-sided heats where one guy's going to get a couple of good waves or one really good wave. It happened in the first one. It's happened here again with John getting an 8.5 and a 7.8. The other two guys really struggling to find waves. So we'll see how we go. So far, so good, though.
John Florence takes out Michel and Adriano in round 4 action, going straight to the quarterfinals here at the Mayo Rip Curl Pro Portugal, and getting barreled along the way with a big 8.5. Sealed the deal with a 7.83. And now he's getting a little bit closer to that dream as we check out the numbers. Back-to-back heats with some really great scores. Kolohe taking the first win. John Florence 16.33 for that effort.